Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive?
Always ready.
Awesome. Today we're looking at the world of international tourism.
Ooh, exciting.
It is. We're going to break down the UNWTO's international tourism highlights for 2024.
Sounds dense.
It is, but it's full of good stuff. So whether you're a travel junkie or just curious about the world, I think you'll find this interesting.
For sure, there's something in there for everyone, especially after all the craziness the industry's been through lately.
Right. Like the first thing that hit me was how much tourism has bounced back. It's kind of amazing.
It really is.
Wow.
Like in 2023, we hit 1.3 billion international tourist arrivals globally.
1.3 billion? It's seriously.
Seriously, that puts us at almost 90% of pre-pandemic levels.
That's nuts. And I bet all those travelers are giving the global economy a nice boost.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
International tourism brought in $1.5 trillion in 2023.
Wow, that's like, I don't even know what to compare that to.
It's a lot.
It is. But what really surprised me was the Middle East. They're not just recovered, they're doing even better than before the pandemic.
Yeah, their growth is incredible. A 31% increase in arrivals compared to 2019.
Wow.
And get this, their tourism revenue shot up by 45%. So for every dollar they earned before, they're now making $1.45.
Okay, they're doing something right. What's their secret?
Well, they've been making some strategic moves, investing in tourism, like Qatar hosting the World Cup.
Makes sense. That must have been huge for them.
It was. And they're making it easier for people to visit by simplifying visa processes.
So attracting visitors and making it easy for them to get there? Smart.
Definitely.
Okay, but what about other parts of the world? How are they doing in this comeback?
Europe is recovering nicely. They're at 95% of their 2019 levels.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, and the Americas are close behind at 91%.
It sounds like everyone's ready to travel again.
They are. And Africa is even a bit ahead at 96%.
Wow, I wouldn't have guessed that. But what about Asia? Weren't they hit pretty hard by the pandemic?
They were, and their recovery has been slower. They're around 65% of pre-pandemic levels.
I guess that makes sense. Didn't a lot of Asian countries reopen later?
Yeah, especially China. That's a big factor.
Okay, so they're catching up. But now, the question I know everyone's thinking, who's on top? Who are the tourism rock stars right now?
Well, France is still the most visited country,
No surprise there.
but Spain is right behind them.
Classic tourist hotspots.
They are. Then it's the USA, Italy, and Turkey in the top 5.
Any shakeups in the top 10? Any surprises?
Actually, yeah, the UK moved up to 7th place.
That's a big jump.
It is. And Greece climbed all the way to 9th.
Interesting. So travel patterns are changing a bit,
It seems so.
but it's not just about visitor numbers, right? Who's actually making the most money from tourism?
Good point. When we look at revenue, the USA is number 1,
Figures.
then it's Spain. But here's a surprise. The UK jumps to 3rd.
The UK? Really?
Yeah, their earnings took a big leap forward.
Huh. That's unexpected. I wonder why.
Yeah, that's worth looking into. Maybe it's the exchange rate or the types of experiences travelers are looking for in the UK.
Okay, so we've talked arrivals, popular destinations, and money. But let's zoom out for a second. Just how big is tourism in the grand scheme of the global economy?
It's huge. In 2023, tourism directly contributed $3.4 trillion to the global GDP.
Trillion. That's insane.
It's a lot of money. It's basically like every single person on Earth contributing about $450 to the tourism industry.
Wow. But is that back to pre-pandemic levels? I thought tourism used to represent like 4% of the global GDP.
You're right, it's not quite there yet, but it's still a massive part of the global economy.
Absolutely. And it's not just the direct contributions, right? There are all those indirect benefits too. Jobs, businesses, all the economic activity tourism creates.
Exactly, it's like a ripple effect. The impact of tourism goes way beyond just the industry itself.
So true. And it's not just about money, right? Travel is about experiences, connections, exploring the world.
You got it. That's what really matters, the
Right.
travel experience itself. And that leads us to some interesting questions about how people are traveling in this post-pandemic world.
Yeah, like are people traveling for different reasons now? Are their priorities changing?
One thing the report points out is that leisure travel, while it's bouncing back, hasn't fully reached pre-pandemic levels.
So maybe people aren't just traveling for fun anymore. Maybe work and travel are getting mixed together more.
It's possible. We've seen this trend of workations becoming more popular, people working remotely while exploring new places.
That's smart, getting the best of both worlds.
Right. But what about how we're getting around? Are we all back to jet setting across the globe?
Yeah, are road trips still a thing?
Well, air travel is definitely back on top. It accounted for 56% of all international arrivals in 2022. But road transport actually dipped, down to 39% after hitting 43% in 2020.
That makes sense. Road trips were popular during the pandemic when flying felt risky.
Exactly. People wanted safer, more controlled travel options. But now that things are more settled, it seems like air travel is winning again.
Makes sense, but it makes you wonder, as tourism fully recovers, how will these transportation preferences evolve?
It's a good question. Will the speed and convenience of air travel outweigh the appeal of a good old-fashioned road trip?
Hmm, that is a good question. And speaking of questions, I have one that's been on my mind as we've been talking about these top destinations, the ones everyone knows. But what about those hidden gems? The places that could be the next big thing in travel,
Oh, that's a fun question. I mean, this report doesn't exactly predict the future,
right?
but it does show us some interesting changes. Like, remember how Greece climbed up in the rankings?
Yeah, that was a big jump.
Maybe that's a sign of what's to come.
So maybe we should all start learning Greek. Yeah, Sue. Okay, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. But seriously, are there any other places you think could become major tourist destinations?
Well, looking at the data, it seems like places that are investing in tourism, building things up, and also offering different kinds of experiences are the ones gaining traction.
Makes sense, like places focusing on sustainability or cultural stuff, or even adventure travel.
Exactly. People want more than just a beach vacation these days. They're looking for something unique, something authentic. They want to feel good about where they're spending their money.
Totally. It's all about those off the beaten path adventures. I'm already picturing myself exploring some ancient ruins or trekking through a rainforest.
You never know what you'll find. That's the beauty of travel, right?
Yeah,
It's full of surprises.
it is.
But whether you're into those popular spots or the hidden gems, one thing's clear. Tourism is constantly changing. There are so many factors at play, from the global economy to what people are personally looking for in a vacation.
So basically, we should all just stay curious, keep exploring, and never stop learning about the world, right? Because who knows what amazing places are out there waiting to be discovered.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to start wrapping up this deep dive into the world of international tourism. We've covered a lot today, from those crazy statistics to some big questions about the future of travel.
And if anyone wants to dig deeper, I definitely recommend checking out the UNWTO report. It's called International Tourism Highlights. It might seem a bit dense, but there's some really interesting stuff in there.
Don't be scared off by the data. It's a good read, I promise. Full of surprises and things that'll make you think.
Yeah, who knows? You might even get inspired to plan your next trip.
You just might.
The world is waiting.
So, until our next deep dive into some other fascinating topic, keep those brains curious, those passports ready, and most importantly, happy travels. We were just saying how some places are getting more popular, like Greece moving up in those rankings.
Yeah.
Makes you think, are there other hidden gems out there?
Totally. I mean, this report doesn't have all the answers, obviously,
Yeah.
but it does point to some cool trends.
Like what?
Well, it seems like countries that are focusing on sustainable tourism are doing well.
Makes sense. People are more conscious about that these days.
Right. And also places that are offering unique cultural experiences. It's not just about beaches anymore. People want something different, something authentic.
I get it. They want to feel good about where they're spending their money, make a positive impact.
Exactly. And that's where those lesser-known destinations have a real chance to shine. They offer something special, a chance to get away from the crowds.
Yeah, to discover something truly unique, to connect with the local communities.
Exactly.
I'm already dreaming of wandering through some ancient ruins or maybe hiking through a rainforest far away from all the tourist traps.
I never know. You might even discover something new yourself. That's part of the fun of travel. It's
Sure.
full of surprises.
It really is. While we were going through this report, one thing that really struck me, it's not just numbers and data.
Yeah.
It's like a story of resilience.
Yeah.
This industry got hit hard, but it's coming back stronger.
That's a great point. I mean, think about it. Tourism faced some unprecedented challenges.
It did.
But it's adapted. It's
Yeah.
innovated. It's a testament to how much we as humans want to explore, connect with other cultures. It's pretty inspiring.
It is. It's not just about the numbers. It's about those human stories behind them, the connections, the experiences, the memories we create. That's what makes travel so special.
Absolutely.
And as travelers, we have a responsibility, right, to make good choices, to choose destinations that are sustainable, to engage with communities respectfully.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
We can all be part of a better future for tourism.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive into international tourism. We've talked about a lot today. The comeback, the trends, the future. It's been a good one.
It has. And if anyone wants to dive deeper, check out the UNWTO's report. It's called International Tourism Highlights.
It might seem a little intimidating at first.
It's really not.
It's full of great information.
It is.
And who knows, maybe it'll inspire your next adventure.
The world is out there waiting to be explored.
So until our next deep dive, keep those minds curious, those passports ready, and most importantly, happy travels, everyone.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through the future of travel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more insights and updates. Visit Tourism, Capturing the Scene of Knowledge, a comprehensive website delivering the latest travel trends and innovations. Accelerate your mastery of the tourism industry, all in one place. Navigate through a vast showcase of comprehensive business-oriented tourism content, 99% pure industry intelligence, and 1% academic, curated for discerning professionals. Why subscribe to Tourism? Capturing the Scene of Knowledge. Make informed decisions. Instantly access key reports and insights from top sources across the tourism industry. No research required. All in one place. Why split your attention? A single subscription gives you easy access to thousands of reports, videos, and infographics just as effortlessly as watching a 30-second ad. Save time with curated searches. Time is money. Let our subscription save you both by delivering valuable insights directly without the endless search. Until next time, happy travels.